Okay, good news. Palakpakan po tayo. Ito. Alam nyo, so far, sa lahat ng mga naging balita in the past, ito talaga pinaka-good news. Panoorin
Magandang araw,
natin.
Malacanang Press Corps. We have an official statement.
Yawn. Ay, yes.
The President spent the night under medical observation as a precautionary measure after experiencing discomfort.
Na!
His doctors advised
Discomfort.
rest
Alam natin, isa yan sa ng cocaine.
and monitoring, and his condition remains stable.
Oh, totoo. Di nga. Sabi nyo lang yan. Alam nyo kasi, kapag unable, not capable na, or may sakit ang isang leader, kailangan talagang bumaba yan. Kaya sasabihin nyo, okay, stable pa.
The President continued to carry out his responsibilities while under medical observation and has returned to Malacanang.
We,
Thank you.
talaga?
Magandang umaga po,
Question.
Yusek. Ma'am, before I proceed to my original question, just to follow up on the President's health, may we know what particular discomfort did
Basta President's health, delikado na yan.
the President experience last night?
Hindi po sa atin na nabanggit kung ano ang particular na discomfort na kanyang naranasan. But ang maimportante po rito at dapat natin maipaalam sa ating mga kababayan na siya po ngayon ay muling nagtatrabaho at nasa Malacanang. Siya po ay nasa maayos na
Grabe,
kalagayan.
ang lakas mo.
At mamayang hapon po
Nag-experience siya ng discomfort under medical observation. Tapos, nagtatrabaho na?
ay magkakaroon pa po siya ng dalawang pribadong meeting.
Okay, so does it mean that we makikita rin siya ng public in the next few days, or should we
sige
expect the
nga,
President to
live
take
na
it easy
tayo.
and stay in Malacanang for a while?
Sa ngayon po ay may pribado mga meetings po. So
Few
makikipag-ugnayan
hours,
na po
kasi
sa
sabi
mga
mo
opisyal. At tingnan po natin kung bukas po dahil meron po siyang event, kung maa-advise siya ng doktor na okay naman po siya, malamang po ay makikita rin
Privado.
agad natin ang tao.
Lokohin mo, lelang mo.
Ivan Mayrina, GMA7.
Yusek, have you personally seen the president and can you tell us?
Sige pa, session pa more. O baka naman ito yung sinasabi niya, I can't. It's too big. Baka naman
Your
nasobrahan sa puwet.
observations of his overall condition.
Sa ngayon po, hindi ko po personal nakita ang ating Pangulo.
Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Nasagot nyo na yung unang tanong ko kung nasaan si Presidente. Follow up na lang po, mayroon ba kaming dapat ipag-alala sa lagay ng kalusugan ngayon ng Pangulo?
Wala po. Kailangan lang
Delikado
po namin
yan.
masabi sa inyo kung ano po
Iba
yung
na
naranasan
yan.
ng Pangulo kagabi dahil
Iba
kahit
na.
yung madaling araw po ay nitatrabaho po pa ang Pangulo. Malamang po ang naranasan niya ay sobrang pagod sa pagtatrabaho. Pero
Meron.
dahil sinabi naman po ng doktor na
Actually, hindi kami
ayos
mag-aalala.
siya at,
Matutuwa pa kami.
Maganda naman ang kanyang kalusugan. Siya po ay nasa Malacanang at muli magtatrabaho maya-maya lamang po.
Clarification lang po. Na-ospital po ba si Presidente kagabi o dyan lang siya sa bahay nila pinuntahan
Hindi,
ng
ano nga ang
doktor?
specific?
Yan po ay hindi po nabigay sa atin. ng
Nahihilo ba?
Okay.
Na
Isa pang question, ma'am.
OD ba
Sabi po
siya?
ni MMDA General Manager,
Ano ba? Yung specific
General
ba? Hindi yung
Nicolas Torre
sasabihin
III,
yung ganyan.
Hindi
Kasi,
pa siya retired
syempre,
sa PNP at hindi po siya
bansa
nag-file
ang
ng
pinag-uusapan
optional
dito.
retirement.
Trabaho
Taliwas po sa sinasabi
para
ngayon
sa
ng NAPOLCOM.
bansa.
Paano
So
po
kung
natin
hindi na siya
mai-reconcile
capable,
yun ng
alam nyo na
executive,
ang gagawin.
Considering na yung executive
Hindi yon, wala yon. Hindi yung kagaya kay PRRD hanggang madaling araw. Yun yung totoong trabaho. Yung talk to the people niya, ito, wala. Pag ano na yan, party yan
Yan po
kaagad
ay
eh.
hindi po nabigay sa atin ng pinakadetalye.
Okay, sige, tignan natin. Flash report.
Your patrols. Flash reports.
Yes, Ninya, inanunsyo ng Malacanang ngayong umaga na nagkasakit si Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. at isinailalim sa magdamag na medical observation. Sa nagpapatuloy na press briefing dito sa Palasyo, sinabi ni Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro na nakaranas ng discomfort ang
Yes!
Pangulo. Bagamat hindi espesipikong tinukoy kung ano ang sanhi ng kanyang naramdamang sakit. Ayon sa Palasyo ay inabisuhan ang Pangulo na magpahinga at bantayan ang kanyang kalusugan hanggang sa tuluyang bumuti. Sa ngayon ay sinabi ng Palasyo na tuloy-tuloy pa rin naman si Pangulong Marcos sa kanyang pagtatrabaho habang nasa ilalim ng medical observation at ngayon ay nakabalik na sa Malacanang. Abangan ng karagdagan detalye sa balitang yan dito sa Diesel ang Radyo Patrol sa Istrenta at
Okay,
DZMM
ito pa
Teleradyo.
isang good news.
Pero pakinggan lang natin kung sakali.
ng executive director ng Secretary General's Office complaint. Ayon sa kanya, wala siyang authority to receive the complaint. Sabi namin, under the rules, ang complaint ay dapat pinafile sa Office of the Secretary General at hindi nagre-require ng presence ng Secretary General mismo para ito ay simpleng in a ministerial manner tanggapin ng kanyang opisina.
Wala na, uy.
At yun na nga, ayaw nilang tanggapin. So ang ginawa ko namin ay nag-iwan kami ng kopya doon sa opisina. And as far as the complainants are concerned, we have complied with the rules.
May pa photo-photo op pa kayong nalalaman. Yung pala, hindi rin tinanggap. O, may paganyan-ganyan sila. O, may paganyan-ganyan sila, no? Tapos, a few moments later, hindi tinanggap. Bokya. Better luck next time. Balik uli bukas. Actually, talagang mahina na yan. Hindi talaga magpupurso yan. Malapit na 2028 eh. Saka iba na rin yung lineup ng mga Kongreso at Senado ngayon. Hindi kagaya nung last 19 Congress, talagang makita mo. Yan, talagang halos nakita nyo kasi bumabaha kasi ng budget noon eh. Ngayon kasi na-scrutinize na. Medyo nagkakandahirap na sila sa budget ngayon. Kaya mahina talaga ngayon yan. Diba? Anyways, tignan natin ng ilan sa mga videos dito, no? Ito kasi ang totoo niyan, ito kasi yan.
Yan ay sirain ang
Yan.
kalaban sa politika ng administrasyon
Yan
ito.
kasi, ito.
Yan lang naman ang purpose eh. Oo, kasi madaming sinirang pangalan ng ICI na ito dahil sa kanilang ginawang pagyurak sa pangalan ng ilan sa mga tangi lamang na sa ilan na ang tangi lamang kasalanan ay naging kaibigan sila ng mga Duterte. Oo, yun ang
Duterte.
totoo doon.
Yan ang reality talaga doon. Kaya yung iba na scared, natakot, umatras, nanahimik. Pero yung mga matatapang, may paninindigan na natili pa rin kay PRRD. Ito, makikita natin na sinasawatan ni Karen Davila itong ng DOJ na ito. Tingnan natin
But why would the DOJ make a state witness out of DPWH Undersecretary Alcantara, who was number one, a public official, where we should expect
dito
more from
lumalabas na parang, hindi naman sa pero parang leaning to Marcoleta, itong si Karen Davila.
public officials. In effect, he used his office, the influence and the power of his office to steal public funds versus the Discayas. And this is where Senator Marcoleta makes a point. Why won't the Discayas be entertained as a state witness when, number one, they were private citizens?
Oh.
Nobody's saying they're innocent. But in effect, they're private citizens. They were moving around the system, right? That corrupt system
Tama.
that required them to pay off officials, give kickbacks. Wouldn't they have more information on who is involved? Why Alcantara and not the Discayas?
Ito
Okay.
Unang sagot niya, banat niya English. Naani mo, akala mo may laman yung pinagsasabi. Pero hindi niya masagot yung tanong na yun, bakit yung Alcantara, hindi yung Diskaya? Tingnan yung ginawa, ang pagsagot niya dito. Hindi niya rektang masagot.
Thank you for your question, ma'am. Okay, so let's begin with why Alcantara. Just for, of course, just legally, I'm afraid I cannot disclose the. I'm not at liberty to disclose.
First answer, why Alcantara not Diskaya? Tapos sasabihin niya, I'm afraid I'm not liberty to disclose.
what transpired in the closed doors meetings between Alcantara and the other witnesses
nako.
as to why they picked him as state witness over others. And
See? From the term pick, kung bakit siya yung pinik. Ano to, audition? Ano to, NBA draft or PBA draft na meron draft pick, kumbaga? Hindi, tignan mo talaga kung sino yung mas may credibility. Tama yung sinabi ni Karen Davila, from all angles, from all sides, nagro-roam around yan eh. Nakakausap niyo yung mga district engineer, mga senador, mga congressman. So basically, alam nila yung pasigot-sigot. Pero pag ang kausap mo lang DE lang, tapos may connection pa yung DE na yan kila Remulla, abay wala na.
along with the other state petitions already provisionally admitted. I'm afraid we're bound by Section 7 of the WPSB law, the confidentiality provision. What I can say though is
confidentiality.
that, with respect to the Discayas, there was never a formal application.
What I can
by
say
the
though,
Discayas
tapos
with
yung
the
paninira
DOJ.
ka sa mga
I
Discaya.
understand in yesterday's hearing, there were discussions that the Discayas came first. They were the ones.
Pumunta na nga sila, nag-apply na nga sila. Kaso anong sabi niyang DOJ? Mag-restitute muna kayo.
First had approached the DOJ with information supposedly regarding bigger proponents, regarding data or any leads to unraveling this whole issue of flood control. No, but I think again, just to set the record straight, the Discayas never came back and never cooperated with the DOJ when they were given the chance to do so. There were prior discussions, but it was never formalized.
That's not
It never
true.
materialized
Liar.
into anything substantial because
Babalik-balik
the
na sila
Discayas
dun eh.
never came back.
Isa sa requirement
and
yung
never,
restitute.
it was never they never initiated the application process, so to speak, because the application process.
Kaya naman pala, di ba nagsauli ng 100 billion ba? 100 million si Henry Alcantara. So ibig sabihin, requirement nyo talaga yung restitute.
Has to begin with first the issuance of the application form as an applicant, and then from that point forward, as an applicant, it is you who is voluntarily committing yourself to tell all, to give data.
Okay.
Sinungaling.
Yeah, that's number one. Number two, did Bryce Hernandez apply for witness protection or state witness?
He did.
Okay, what is the status?
The status currently, to set the record straight again, as with all things, is that he was not admitted. No, at least
Okay.
now, not yet.
Who else? So, Alcantara is the only former DPWH official who is now state witness. Regarding the flood control, is he the only state witness?
No. So there are three others.
Who are the others?
Yeah, we have former District Engineer Alcantara, of course. We have Undersecretary Bernardo. We have Engineer Gerard Opilencia.
All of from the DPWH.
That's correct.
So this is what worries. I mean, this is what's worrisome. Why are your state witnesses, frankly
alam
speaking,
na.
one of the most guilty in the flood control mess? I mean, this is horrendous. Can you please ask the secretary this?
Kaya
Now
nga.
it is perceived that the state witnesses, Bernardo, Alcantara, and the other person, frankly, could be controlled, right? So they will end up choosing who to include in their testimonies.
Napapatawa ka na lang kasi
I think,
totoo yan.
Ms. Karen, of course, it
But
would be
why them?
speculative.
Why them? Shouldn't we expect more from government employees and government officials? Why make
To
them
save, to
a state
save.
witness? They
Tama.
were. These are the individuals who had the money on the table of the DPWH in cash na pinaghati-hatian nila. Bakit sila ang state witness?
Okay. I understand the good concern. I think it would be presumptuous on our part at the outset to make the assumption that they are the most guilty.
Ha? Hindi ka makasagot?
Again, one of the
I didn't say the most.
Hindi ka makasagot.
But they are one of the most guilty. right? I did not say they are the most guilty, but they are one
No.
of the most guilty.
Question nga ng taong bayan yan.
Why would they be state witnesses? Bernardo, who has a creeping affidavit, has changed it, I think, 3 or 4 times. I mean, what qualified them?
Yeah, I'm afraid, Ms. Karen, that's something that, again, goes into the confidentiality provision of the WPSP law.
But you can't even tell me what qualified them?
What qualified them is that the panel, at least I cannot speak for the panel as to their, this assessment of the merits. What I can say is the panel found that it is them who qualified the most based on the criteria under the WPSP law. And that's how their affidavits or testimonies would corroborate that of the other witnesses and how it corroborates the other evidence available with the DOJ. As to what these pieces of evidence are, Ms. Karen, I'm afraid I cannot disclose, nor am I...
So what we're saying right now is Alcantara, when they are state witnesses, Alcantara and Bernardo, who have at least have had maybe 3-4 billion pesos in cash go through their hands, right? They bought sports cars, gambled in Okada or Soler, used fake IDs. All these people, they were the ones paying off kickbacks, etc. These people will now be free of all other charges filed against them in relation to the flood control.
That's correct. In relation to the flood control, sir, there is a limited number of cases. There's a list, in fact, under the memorandum of agreement executed by these witnesses with
Napapansin ko ng itong ahensya ng gobyerno ngayon, nagpapadala sila ng mga pogi, guwapo, English spokening para siguro kala nila madadala nila tayo sa mga ganyan, no? Pero the fact remain na hindi nila kayang sagutin yung simpleng tanong ng kagaya ni Karen Davila or ng taong bayan, kasi yung tanong ni Karen Davila ay tanong yan ng taong bayan. Hindi nyo kami madadala sa mga ganyang pa-effect ninyo na pa-pogi effect, pa-English, pero hindi nyo man naman masagot talaga yung rekta. Hindi nyo maibigay yung kasagutan. Paikot-ikot, dinadaan ninyo sa yung tumatakas kayo doon sa isasagot ninyo. Confidentiality, cannot disclose that, I am not at liberty.
WPP. As to which cases they are currently immune from. But again, it's not blanket immunity. I think that's one thing we have to make clear. It's not a blanket immunity that they would be completely absolved of any and all cases that may be put forth and filed against them. It's only limited to those with which, for which they are willing to testify and for which that they have substantial testimony.
Kahit na it's not a blanket community, pero yung reality na bakit hindi included yung hindi naman the most guilty, 'di ba? Like sila Diskaya. Alam natin, may nagpangalan na nga sila ng mga then you give them the chance to prove, give them the chance to be included in that WPP. Kung gawin yung state witness itong dalawa na to, then why not include them? Yun yung big question. Alam niyo ang sagot kasi niyan, hindi kasi tugma yung sinasabi, yung affidavit nilang mga Diskaya at saka nung dalawang ito. Yun lang, plain and simple.
Bank accounts na sinasabi ko na naglalaman ng
ito, pansin ko din
bilyong piso.
Tinawanan niya si Trililing dito
ni Sara Duterte at ni Man Scarpio, mag-asawa.
Paano nyo alam yun?
Pagka lumabas yan, ha?
Paano nyo alam yung bank account?
Mahigit 2 bilyong piso daw. Hingit ka?
Okay. Base doon sa dati pa.
26, oo, tapos na-confirm na yan mismo ng ombudsman. Tapos tinanggal ni Duterte yung ombudsman na nag-iimbestiga na si
Samuel Martirez.
Si Ombudsman Carandang.
AMLAC in the last hearing conducted 13 November 2024 of the Quad Committee, you were required to authenticate documents submitted by former Senator Trillanes purported to show money trails linked to drug proceeds.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Have you submitted such to
Baka
the
masunod
committee?
ka dito, Trililing, ha? Kakasinungaling nyo, masunod
Mr.
ka dito sa taon to.
In 2016, the Anti-Money Laundering Council issued a public statement which denies that we are the source of the documents or information shown by Senator Trillanes in 2016. And in September 2017, Mr. Chair, the AMLC also issued another public statement denying that we are the source of the documents and information attached by Senator Trillanes in the complaint he filed before the Ombudsman. And in the same public statement, the AMLC denied that we furnished the Office of the Ombudsman such documents in relation to the complaint by by Senator Trillanes, Mr. Chair.
In other words, AMLAC denied
paano na yan, Trillanes?
the documents presented by the
Mismong
former
AMLAC ang nag-deny.
Senator
Sabi mo
Trillanes
galing sa AMLAC
did not
yun.
originate from your office.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
No, earlier din, when AMLAC was here, AMLAC said that the documents did not come from them.
Yes.
Yung present mong bank documents.
Ano
But
yung
in
sabi ni
earlier
Trillanes?
public pronouncements that were also made
Ano
or
sabi?
also linked to you,
Ano sabi?
you also said that it was AMLAC who gave you access to these documents.
No, wala po akong sinabing ganon, Mr. Chairman, kasi that would be illegal. No, that would be illegal.
Sinungaling
ginagawa
talaga
ng
to.
gobyerno? Puro na lang kayo politika, puro na lang kayo away. Kung usapin lang naman yan ng 2028 elections, magtalunan na lang kayo sa 2028. Diba? Patunayan na
Yun
lang
ang
na
dapat.
sino ang mas magaling na makakapture ng imagination ng maraming mga Pilipino. At tingin ko yan yung humugis sa administration ngayon ni PBBM na masyadong na-focus dito.
O yan ang dapat na makarating na mensahe kay Trillanes. Magtalunan na lang tayo sa 2028. Hindi yung ganyan na kaliwat kanan, no? Nakipag-connivance pa kayo kay Marcos Jr. Kunwari kakampi nyo ngayon, pero alam ko ilalaglag din ninyo yan.
Sa bangayan sa politika instead of addressing the pressing concerns of the Filipino people. Ang mga tao gutom, ang mga tao nahihirapang bumili ng pagkain, ng basic necessities, ang baba ng sahod. Ano ngayon yung programa ng gobyerno para i-address to? And then, hahainan tayo, ito na naman, impeachment na naman kayo, gulo na naman kayo. Ang tingin ng maraming mga tao, ng mga manggagaut ordinaryong Pilipino, puro na lang politika itong mga institutions natin.
Konti na lang, 2 taon na lang.
Tingnan po natin from the past 2 surveys, yung national concerns ng mga Pilipino. Number 1 concern, presyo ng mga bilihin. Number 2 concern, sahod ng mga manggagawa. Wala kang makikita doon sa top 3 or 4 or 5 na nakasulat doon. Ang concern namin mga Pilipino,
alisin nyo tong presidente at
mag-impeach
vice
yan.
president natin. No? Tama naman yon na one of the major issues of the country na kailangan rin nating harapin is the corruption.
Yes.
No? Pero hindi ito yung magbibigay ng pagkain sa lamesa. Yung impeachment will also not resolve the issue about the corruption. Long-term solution. We're looking for long-term solution.
Mahirap isipin ng Pilipino itong impeachment o yung mga konsepto ng transparency and accountability, mga abstract.
Kasi kahit nasabihin na natin papalitan nila yung leader o yung si Vice President Sara Duterte, sino ipapalit nila? Kasi tatanggalin nila sa Marcos. Tapos sino ipapalit nila? Sila din. Di ba ginawa nila yan kay Marcos Sr.? Tinanggal nila, pinalitan nila. Bakit? Naayos ba nila yung Pilipinas? Hindi. Same din na hindi rin nila nabago. Yun yung sigaw nila dati bago palitan si Marcos Sr. Pero nung sila na yung nakaupo, ano nangyari sa Pilipinas? Walang bago. O ito, hindi lang kasi ang concern natin kundi pati na rin yung sa health natin. Marami, hindi lang ito masyadong natututukan ngayon, pero sa health natin, sa PhilHealth natin, ay talaga nga namang lantaran din ang corruption. Maipip, ginagamit din nila ito.
Akalain mo, naghihirap na ang mga tao, nagkakasakit na, may cancer, nakakalbo na, tapos nanghihina pa. Tapos, dadayain ka pa. Tapos yung perang ilalaan talaga para sa kalusugan, mapupunta lang sa mayayaman na lawmakers. Hindi ka tanggap-tanggap yun. Hindi nila kailangan tayong bulahin dito kasi hindi tayo pinanganak kahapon. Araw-araw po ako nasa ospital. Nakikita ko yung mga tinataboy na pasyente na hindi maka-afford po ng healthcare. Kaya kami ho ang mga doktor, umaalsa ho dito at gusto natin pigilan ito bago pa magkamali ang bicameral or ang Pangulo uli. Akala mo last year, zero ang budget ng PhilHealth. Saka naman nakakita nun. At hindi ako umaasa, Karen, na ito ay na hindi maipapasa. Kasi yung kalahati ng cabinet members last year na pumirma, wala na. Secretary Bersamin, wala na. Secretary Pangadaman, Secretary Bonoan, wala na. At ang nag-orchestrate, ang main architect ng paglipat ng pera, ang executive secretary natin. So,
wala na rin.
Si Secretary Recto.
Ngayon. So ngayon.
Sa ngayon.
What you're saying is former Finance Secretary Recto was the one who orchestrated the transfer of the PhilHealth funds. All right.
On your presentation, very noticeable po na marami sa mga pangalan binanggit ninyo, DPWH officials, contractors, pero kakonte, if at all, yung mga nabanggit na legislators who are.
Well, no, they're part of the list. We'll give you the complete list. I just didn't go through them because there are like 37 of them. So you'll get, as I said, you'll get a briefer which will give you more detail on all of the things that I've said today.
Is the former speaker included in the list, sir?
I don't think so because the only evidence that has been made against him is in the
wala.
So I don't know. With the speaker, no. Not as yet. Not as yet. If something else comes
kaya
out.
under medical observation Sana matuluyan ka na nga talaga sa ganyang ano mo. Ito, paano sila mag-corrupt sa gamit ang MAIFIP?
Kiniklaim nila diretso sa DOH. How does the lawmaker or the public official make money off it? Ano yung racket doon?
Okay, ang racket niyan, Karen, nakausap ko ang isang dating gobernador habang naghihintay ako sa isang interview. May guarantee letter ka, hingi ng medical certificate, pupunta ka sa opisina ng politiko. Tapos yung politiko na yun tatawag dun sa regional director or provincial director ng hospital. Kunyari ang MAIP niya, nakalagay ay 10 million. Pwede nilang pag-usapan daw ng director ng hospital na yon. O kunyari, sa akin yung 8 million, sa yung 1 million, sa pasyente ay 1 million na lang. Ganyan na mangyayari, Karen. At yan ang ni-reveal niya sa akin. Talagang ganyan. So may iba, ang nakukuha 5,000 lang, alas 10 ka na madaling araw pumila, 10,000 lang.
Ito pa yung isang papasok ka ng abuse bukod dyan, no? Paano pag yung congressman o senador o congressman, babaero, tapos may lumapit na natipuhan niya. O pwede, sige, bigyan kita, pero ganito Paano pag yung congresswoman ay kagaya ni Liza Marcos na gusto ng, alam nyo na, bibigyan pero may kapalit? Isa din yan sa pwedeng possibility, no?
Kung ang Pilipinas ay isang pasyente, nasaan ho kaya tayo?
Tayo po nasa ICU
nasa
na
ICU.
In fact, malapit nang mamatay. Na malapit sa morgue na. Yun ang pagpicture sa
kung
sitwasyon natin.
Kung pang Pilipinas ay isang pasyente, nasa na tayo? Ang sagot
yung
nasa
sakit natin, wala nang
ICU
lunas,
na.
ganun po ba?
Wala nang lunas Kasi ang unang-una, yung doktor na tumitingin, walang awa. Yun ang unang-una.
Gobyerno po yun?
Gobyerno or cabinet secretaries.
Marcos.
Kasi pag nasa ICU ka, di ba maraming espesyalista doon kasi maraming sakit So multi-organ failure yan di ba? Pero may attending physician, yan ang Pangulo ng Pilipinas. Di ba? Ang problema, hindi naman nakakasigaw yung pasyente. Hindi naman nakakalapad dyan para kumuha ng guarantee letter. Kaya, ang health natin, pinakamalubha sa buong
Di ba,
Asia.
kinuhanan pa tayo ng 60 billion.
Pa nga yung
tapos ngayon yung MAIFIP,
yung syntax
59 billion.
Ni Urakan.
Wow
Makikita mo pag pumunta ka sa hospital,
ito na lang
mamamatay ka na lang dyan. Kung may cancer ka, wala.
Wala na talaga. So, yun lamang ho ang update natin. Sana matuluyan na yung doktor na nagli-lead sa ospital natin. Kasi tayo po ay nasa ICU na po. Delikado na at wala nang lunas.